Want anybody that is in Canada now to know that our government has the best interest of all Canadians first and foremost. We also want to protect the people that are coming to Canada using our immigration pathways, whether it's provincial pathways, federal pathways, correctly. We want to also ensure that they are protected as well, so that they are here for the reasons that they say they're here, and that if they wish to make Canada their home, that they apply through the pathways that we have available for them. The rental market is it's supply and demand kind of scenario. So when the demand is excessive and we didn't have enough supply, that was bound to happen. Now we're seeing the supply rise. And we're also seeing the temporary resident, as you've said, going down. That is, we have been working on that. Again, we've been transparent to Canadians. We said we're going to do that in terms of reducing the number of the temporary resident population to bring it down to capacity, so that we can get our house in order first. And I'm happy to say, as you said, we're seeing signs of that already starting to show.
And you have specifically 10 immigration pathways through the express entry category-based selection. I want to touch more on these pathways. You've recently added 3 new categories, which is senior managers, researchers with Canadian work experience, as well as skilled military recruits. What is your rationale behind adding these categories?
That's a good segue to talk about the express entry system. It's a system that Canada brought in to effect in 2015, actually. The reason I know that is I was a Nova Scotia Provincial Minister of Immigration. Exactly, right here. And Nova Scotia, at the time, through my leadership, was the first adopter as a province under that program. So I, at the time, believed that it would work very well for Nova Scotia, and it actually did during my tenure. And I believe in that system. What you also need to know is the immigration levels plan that we tabled in Parliament for the first time ever will make economic immigration the highest percentage it's been in the country. And when we talk about that, of course, the provinces and territories have a large role to play. Immigration is a provincial, federal jurisdiction responsibilities through the provincial nominee programs, and of course here in Atlantic Canada, the Atlantic Immigration Program that was started during my tenure as minister here provincially as well. I have, as a minister, given the provinces and territories 50% of the allocation of the federal numbers, so that the provinces and the territories fill the gaps that they feel they need in their respective jurisdictions. The remainder that we have, what IRCC does is we work across federal government, many other departments. Employment Services Development Canada is one. They identify the labor shortages and the gaps in areas where the country needs. They then contact us at IRCC and say, these are the gaps we've identified. You've talked about military, for example. This past year, Department of Defense came to us and said, we are in need of specific pilots that do X, Y, and Z. I'm not in the defense sector, but as an example, we need those specifics, and we only need a small number, but can you help us with that? So we created a specific category for those in the military who will already be screened, are already working in the sector. The same with the category. So construction has been part of the express entry, trades and construction. Why? I think your first question alluded to that. Is part of the answer to the immigration question is to build more homes.